Final video on this section for you. Some final tips, if you like, on how to have a conversational fact find. And I've got half a dozen or so ideas for you. First of all, let's have a little question about occupation. I love this one. If somebody tells you what their job is, I always turn around and say, that sounds terribly difficult. How do you do that? It's an amazing question because people start to give you information about their job. You're kind of pampering them a little bit as well. You're stroking their ego. So that sounds rather difficult. How do you do that? Again, they'll tell you more about their job and what their job entails. Of course, you've got to know those things as well. Paraphrase them regularly. We talk about summarising a lot, don't we, in this business, but paraphrase people. Just repeat the last word they've just used or paraphrase the phrase that they've been using in your own words. So you're not actually adding anything, you're just repeating what they've just been telling you, really, and that gets them telling you a whole lot more. Non-verbal nods work really, really well. Now, people often nod, don't they? Or they smile, or they just head tilt, something like that. These things all help to get more information from the customer, to help them to talk more. And that's the point behind the conversation. You want the customer to talk more. We've talked about it before, but match them vigorously. Calibrate them off the bat. Look at their body language and their physiology and their face when you first meet them, and then match it vigorously. That way, of course, the customer relaxes to you. You've built that rapport very early on, and they're happy to talk to you as well. Don't prematurely evaluate what they're telling you. Now that's under the MAP process, isn't it? So don't hear what they're telling you and think, I got an idea for that, I've got a solution for that. Don't even do it in your head. Obviously don't say it, you're just capturing information, you're fact finding at this point. You're not doing any suggestions, you're not making any solutions. Verbal nodding as opposed to non-verbal, so yeah, okay, interesting, really? Well, that sounds hard. Okay, these things help the customer to say a little bit more as well. And the last one for you is what I call the rescue question, or the biscuit in the pocket. Now, if you've ever put a biscuit in your pocket, you know full well that when you take the biscuit out of your pocket, you have to eat it or throw it away. You can't put it back in the pocket because it all crumbles and it gets horrible. Now, the rescue question is something you'd have as a rescue question. If you don't know what to say, the customer is still got more to say, but they're not saying much, you can use a rescue question. And one of my favourites here is there anything else that you can tell me that would help me? I love that question, don't you? Is there anything else that you could tell me, Mr. Brown, that would help me here? And they'll fill in the gaps because that's what they do. Or, has your thinking moved further forward from what I've been telling you? Again, is a rescue question. Has your thinking led you to any further thoughts? Is a rescue question. And you can use these, a couple of biscuits, of course, in your pocket there to get them to talk more. So they're just tips, if you like, to help you to get a conversational fact find. And that's what it's all about. That's what this business is all about. It's about the strength of your fact finding, about the information you get about the customer and how you use that. And we saw Paul earlier on and what he talks about that. He's a great fact finder. And these are tips and techniques that people use.